Hey, welcome to another episode of Freedom on Fire. How are you doing today? Been away, and I'm back. First of all, I want to thank everybody for helping me reach 100,000 views. It's not quite 100,000 subscribers. I don't worry about that. I like the small community that we got. If it get bigger, that's even better. But I love the small community of less than 2,000 that we have right now. And to me, that's a big deal. One is always enough for me, and we almost are at 2,000. So remember to like, hit the notification bar, subscribe, and also participate if you want through our Patreon. I do have a job. I don't sweat the Patreon, but if you want to be a blessing to this where we get more equipment and things like that, fine. I'll receive the blessing. It always helps. Get me a cup of coffee or hot dogs or something. So anyway, let's get right into it. As you already know, I am not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't mean Dallas Cowboys. I mean done lost Cowboys. They need to be called done lost again Cowboys, because all they do is lose and lose and lose. And Jerry Jones. Now, I was on the Dallas Cowboys job back in the day when Jimmy Johnson was coach, and you had one of my homeboys, Emmitt Smith, playing from Escambia High School in Pensacola, Florida, who went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys, Baby Earl Campbell, as we called him in high school. But yeah, that was a good team, and that team kicked butt. But the biggest mistake Jerry made was Jerry got rid of Johnson to put his homeboy in. It screwed the team, and the team hasn't been the same since. Matter of fact, the team just plain out suck. Now, I may lose some subscribers, but don't take it personally. They have nothing to do with you. I'm here to help you get a better life. Dallas Cowboys are going to help you get a better life. Might make you feel good. No pro team is going to put money in your pocket unless you're betting. Unless you're betting. And if you're betting on the Dallas Cowboys, please, you're going to lose. All right? So, and I call them the done lost again Cowgirls, because they done lost again 2 in a row, back to back. And Jimmy Johnson, who sat there and took a knee with the players about a couple of weeks ago, tried to pull the old wool over your eyes. He tried to bamboozle. He tried to hoodwink you into thinking that he's in support of players executing their constitutional right in peaceful protest. This was a peaceful protest. Now, let me get this straight. For you knucklehead, I wouldn't say right wings, because a right wing person, one who's supposed to love the Constitution, realize it is in our Constitution that we have the freedom of protest. There's no set time or place to protest. You can protest anytime you want to. Now, you may get put in jail for it, but protesting is all right. All right? If you're blocking up things like that and holding up traffic, that is dangerous. Don't do that. But we do have a right to protest. So Colin Kaepernick decided to do something as peaceful, as quiet as take a knee. Now, back during the Olympics in the 60s, brothers stood up to the national anthem, bowed their head, and put the fists in the air, and they were outraged about that. Why are they outraged? It's because of systemic injustice in our law enforcement department. That cops feel like if they even smell like they're going to die, they can shoot to kill. I call that being a punk. Most of the cops, now I got some friends that are cops. I actually work with a whole bunch of police departments. I actually do initiative on identity theft with them, and most of them are great people. I thought about being a cop, and guess what stopped me from being a cop? This is in Suffolk, Virginia. I came there with the hopes of being a cop. I had a baby on the way, and I was kind of engaged. I said, I'll go be a cop. So one day, I saw an opportunity to get in good with the cops before I go down and put in the application the following morning. I saw a window broken at a furniture store. I call it in, just before cell phones and all that. Call in on the payphone. Guess what? Guess who they accused of breaking the window? Me. Yo, I called y'all, man, on that phone. Trace it. I saw it. I reported it because I wanted you to get a head start. They didn't give a crap. They ran me in. talking about injustice. Had no evidence. Nothing. Nothing. So when somebody tell me this is not happening in America, I'll tell you you're a bald-faced lie. It has happened to me over and over again here in New York City. I usually dress up in my suits, to do business, because I have a business outside of my job as well as I do this. But when I'm in my hood and my sneakers and my jeans, living in the Bronx, they will throw me on the side of the corner, put their knee on my head, ask me questions, and tell me to get off the corner. I'm a grown man. If I want to stand on the corner, I can stand on the corner. That's not against the law. Well, you got to be up sudden you're standing on the corner. Yeah, just chilling, talking to my homies. You got to be up to something. And see, what gets me is these people who always try to make some freaking excuse for why this thing happened and why this thing should be justified. And I'm getting off subject. The reason they're protesting is because we keep seeing our black men, women, young boys and girls, our Latino men, women, young boys and girls, it's usually black and Latinos, but I'll throw in our lower class to poor white friends who tend to hang out with black guys whom the cops consider one of us. Now, they still get a little bit more leniency, but they get railroad too. This got to stop. And Jerry Jones, you can't afford to be doing stupid stuff like this. Let me read the articles. Put on the spectacles. This is from the Bleacher Report. Jerry Jones, Bleacher Report, October 8th. I'm a little late with it. 2017. 2 days late. Jerry Jones says any Cowboy player who disrespects the flag won't play. First of all, Jerry Jones, it's not about the flag. It's not about the national anthem. It's about systemic racism, domination, and abuse of authority in the police, in our local and state law enforcement agencies. That's what it's all about. It has nothing to do with the flag. It has nothing to do with the national anthem. But since you brought it up, Jerry Jones, you punk fake charlatan of an owner who treat your and Dallas Cowboy fans and my ex-wife love them boys. Let me tell you something. We already know that most of these owners look at our players as highly paid pieces of meat, and we pay you to shut up and play. The bottom line is they're not protesting playing. So why are you trying to protest them not playing? They're protesting for a short moment during the national anthem and the raising of the flag, the injustices that are going on in our police system, in our law enforcement agencies, both local, state, and on the federal level. From the politicians, and I'll throw it in from Hillary Clinton on down, and all other politicians who get scot-off free because of white privilege, but if it's a black guy, they end up getting going to jail, shot, or dead. So it ain't got nothing to do with that. But since you want to bring it in, let me read the story first. But since you want to bring it in, yeah, that flag has been flown as a symbol of freedom, and yet you use that same flag and you stand on that same flag as a symbol of freedom, and it should be the country hasn't caught up to the symbolism in the flag. I don't fault the flag. The flag is a piece of material with stars and stripes on it. We use it as a symbolism of America, but yet we crap on, piss on, stomp on, shoot to kill American people, American citizens. Which one is more important to you people, the people of America, or symbolism? Which one is more important, the people of America, or symbolism? Let me read this. This is by Rob Goldberg, and let me go ahead and read this. Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones will not tolerate any players kneeling during the national anthem. Okay. All right, Jerry Jones. Jones says that after Sunday's loss to Green Bay, oh, you're going to punch them? Because you suck? After Sunday's loss to Green Bay Packers, that anyone who disrespects the flag won't be allowed to play, per Mike Finger of the San Antonio Express News. Let me repeat that, because, dude, you need all the help you can get. You need all the freaking help you can get, man. First of all, Jerry Jones, Your boys suck. You, as the owner, can't afford to be benching nobody. You need to be getting some new players. All right? Now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to oppress. You're trying to dominate. You're trying to lock down people from freely protesting. You're showing yourself un-American. Anytime you stand against the power to protest and the freedom to protest, you stand against American exceptionalism. You stand against freedom, and you're standing for tyranny. This is a tyranny move within the NFL when coaches are listening to the president talking about fire the sons of bees. First of all, dude, Trump, you can't be all that patriotic that you haven't served in this country, in the military. You're a freaking draft dodger. So you got the nerves to talk. And you got beat by the NFL in the lawsuit over your New Jersey Generals because they couldn't play in the football league. So nobody's going to forget that mess, man. You're such a whack, man. You're such a loser or a whack job, man. I can't believe I look to you as a hero, as a businessman. Had I known these things about you, man, I would have never bought your books. I would never looked up to you as a businessman. You're a condescending clown of a president. Don't get me wrong. I pray for you to do better. But everything you do right now is just straight up clowning. You're clowning yourself. First of all, you're not the boss on the commissioner of the NFL, and you don't own the NFL. And you think as president, you can tell people what to do. You can't. This is still America. And whenever you start running your mouth like that, you're bringing in tyranny and authoritarian philosophies into the mainstream of American society, including the football. Be quiet, Mr. President. Be quiet. Keep your mouth off this. Because this ain't stopping. And I'm letting everybody know this is not going to stop until there is systemic change within all law enforcement agencies from the top of the congressional president all the way down to the local police department. People are not going to stop kneeling. Matter of fact, they may start standing up and putting their fists in the air, old school style. And Jimmy Johnson, you cannot afford to take people off the field because your team suck. And you suck. Dallas Cowboy owner Jones said, will not tolerate any player kneeling during the national anthem. Oh, what you going to do? What you going to do? Take them off the field? That hurts you, man. Jones said after Sunday's loss to Green Bay, reading again, that anyone who disrespects the flag won't be allowed to play again. It's not about the flag, and you can't tell nobody what to do, and it's not disrespecting the flag. You, people like you, are disrespecting the flag when you know there's things like this going on in the community, but you smile and act like it's not happy and raising the flag as if it's a symbol of freedom, and you still oppressing people. Yes, it's a symbol of freedom. Yes, it is the symbol of American exceptionalism. But the bottom line is, Jerry Jones, the bottom line is, the flag is waving, but yet there's still systemic oppression that's going on in America today. We cannot in any way give the implication that we tolerate disrespecting the flag. So there you are trying to change the narrative. This narrative will not be changed. I don't care how much you yell this out. You're running from the real issue at hand. This is not about the flag or the national anthem, but yet will include that you waving the flag and hailing up the flag of freedom, but you're pissing and destroying the U.S. citizens of America is anti-American. When you do not represent the people of America, yet you wave that flag, but yet it's okay to discount the people of America, you got it twisted. People of America are more important than your symbolism. Your people of America are more important than your national anthem song, which the third verse represents slavery. People in this country are more important than that flag. They fought and died for that flag too. They fought and died for the freedom to protest. And you got the nerves to say we cannot in any way give the implication that we tolerate disrespecting the flag. No, you're disrespecting the flag. by running your mouth on your players because they silently protest. They're not raising their ugly heads, and they're still going out there making you money. They didn't protest not playing, but you're going to get to the point where they're going to stand up against you and let you know who really pays the bill. It's not you. It's them. They're the one bringing in the endorsement. They're the one bringing in the ticket sales. It's not you, Jerry. A new owner can replace the Dallas Cowboys. A new owner, but you can't replace everybody on that freaking team even though they suck. But I'm talking about all the owners of the NFL teams. And I'm talking about the commissioner himself on down. You can't replace the players in the league, but those owners can change in a heartbeat. All you have to do is be man enough to sell it. But no, that's your golden cash ticket. But you got to realize who's your cash ticket too. Them boys. They don't need you more than you need them. If all of them walk off the field, you're done. Let me get back to this. We cannot in any way give the implication that we tolerate disrespecting the flag. You're disrespecting your players, and you're disrespecting this country when you don't allow them to peacefully protest. And you know there's wrong going on in America concerning what I'm talking about, and you're too much of a punk to face it and speak about it. You're too much of a punk to face it and speak about it. You know the real reason why they're doing that has nothing to do with the flag. But go ahead and throw that in. Go ahead and throw the national anthem in. But the real reason that they're protesting is a real reason. It's a real reason why a little old lady decided she was not going to get up out of that front seat. Rosa Parks did not protest by not getting up the seat to fight the injustice of the transportation department. She did it because it was inequality. We know that there is a serious debate in this country about those issues, but there is no question in my mind that the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys are going to stand up for the flag. Which one is more important to you, Jerry Jones? Standing up for the American people or standing up the flag? Answer me that question. Shut up about all this other stuff, man. You're trying to deflect and try to change the narrative. We are not going to allow you to change the narrative. The reason we're going to protest and continue to protest is because you care more about symbolism than the people of America are being protested. Now, had they been white, and yes, I said white, you'll be outraged. And had there been white Dallas citizens, you will be outraged. But the bottom line is, you don't give a crap about the injustices that are going on in the black community and the Hispanic community yet. You getting mad because the black people who are concerned about that on your team and other teams decided that something got to stop, something got to give. We got to bring this to light. Enough is enough. You're standing on the wrong side of history, Jerry Jones. You firing your players and telling them to sit down is not the right side of history because they're not changing. They're not changing. Let me keep reading. Dallas Cowboys are going to stand up for the flag because we're an American team, right? Y'all ain't going to do nothing. No Cowboy players have taken knee during the national anthem. But David Irving and DeMontre Moore raised their fists during the song conclusion before Sunday game. Fine. You want to play that game? Then we can switch it up. There's many ways we can protest. Oh, we can't take the knee? We'll stand up and raise our fists in there. You're going to fire us for that? Is that disrespecting the flag? No. And still bring it to the narrative. Systemic, authoritarian, abuse of power within our law enforcement, from the presidential seat all the way down to our local police department. The issues also resurfaced Sunday after Vice President Mike Pence, we're going to talk about that in the next session, left the Indianapolis Colts game after San Francisco 49ers became because of the perceived disrespect. Mike Pence, we know you set that up, you sham. We'll go over this. Players around the league have been kneeling since the start of last season as a protest against social injustice. That is the reason why they're kneeling. Dimwits, idiots, all that money. But I'm not even going to call you idiot. You know what it is. You know why they kneeling. You know exactly why they kneeling. But to change the subject at hand because it bothers you, it's in your face to know that your race, predominantly in the police department, yeah, there's still some Super Joe black cops just as bad as the white cops trying to show their power. Yeah, they still got that, you know. I mean, power is power. But the bottom line is you don't want people bringing up the fact that there's still injustice going on in America and that black men and women are still to this day going through the Emmett Till experience. But instead of a bat and some fists, it's a bullet. And instead of whistling, so-called whistling at a white woman, which she lied, and come to find out she didn't, this guy could be having some Skittles in his hand and you shoot him. Telling you he got a gun and license to carry, and my gun is in the glove compartment. Either you get it, or if you want me to, I can slowly get it for you. And you shoot him anyway. Or somebody selling some CDs, and you shoot him anyway. Or somebody got stole some packs of cigars, and yet they're running from the police, and you shoot them. Or somebody who know they got a warrant but don't want to go to jail, and they run, and you shoot them instead of tasing them or shoot them in the foot or shoot them in the leg. You shoot them in the back to kill you. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Somebody buys a gun for his son and want to show the gun, and somebody call the police and say somebody willing the gun. It got the red nozzle thing up on there to let you know it's a toy, and they still get shot. Somebody get out of the car and somebody in the helicopter say that's a bad hombre, and the cop kill him, and this guy's just coming from church. That's what we're fighting against. That's what we're protesting against, and that's why we're kneeling. That's why I'm participating too. And if they change it from kneeling to put a fist in the air, we'll put a fist in the air, whatever. This is not going to stop Jerry Jones, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen, because now you're going to make it about the owners and the players. And guess who you need? You need the players. The players don't need the owners. I repeat, the players do not need the owners, but the owners need the player. And if all of them boycott, if all the Hispanics decide to boycott in some ways or with us, and we got other coaches, Hindus, and they're playing football. Football is a rainbow sport now, all colors. If all of them decide to stand up for injustice and boycott and not play at all, what you gonna do now? Now let me read it. Players around the league have been kneeling since I went over that. The start of last season as a protest against social injustice, it became a bigger story when President Big Mouth Donald Trump discussed in a few weeks earlier calling for everyone who kneels during the national anthem to be fired. Dude, you can't live your life firing people who don't work for you. And you can't live your life, Mr. President, thinking that you can just fire people. Yeah, you can fire your people, but this is America. We don't work for you. We don't work for you. You got half America saying you're not even their president and don't give a crap about you. You got some love you, but we got a lot of people that don't give a crap about you being the president. They don't like you, man, and you're helping them. Now, I wasn't fond of the person that you were running against, and I'm not going to give her no respect either. Both of you was horrible. But I know one thing, she wouldn't have been talking like this. Do that give her props? I'm going to give props to Hillary Clinton. No, she's a cheater and a con and a schemer too. All right, after more than 100 players knelt in response before a Week 3 game, joined the Cowboys in kneeling before the anthem, standing up once the flag was displayed. All right, so here's a picture of Jerry Jones. Sucker sellout punk. You know, the bottom line is Jerry Jones is scared of his players. And he's trying to grab his cojones and let them know that I'm the boss of you. No, Jerry Jones. Your players are the boss of you. Because if all of them decide to stand down and not do anything for you, what you going to do? Fire all of them? You can't. Donald Trump, he can't fire all of them. Besides, they got contracts. And without them, you can't pack in that stadium and make his money. I say hit him in the pocket anyway. Dallas Cowboys, you're going to show yourself a strong team. Don't let your boss, your owner, dominate you like that. See, you don't have a traditional job like most people where, they're not going to be kneeling on their job. There's no national anthem. They're not going to do those things. But you're in a position where you're playing for a team under contract. But yet you're an American. And you have the right to protest something that does not line up with true American values. Let me keep going. However, it seems he has taken a hardline stance against that particular form of protest from any of his players. He's taken a hardline stance. He was on his knee with them, phoning up with them, but now he's going to take a stance. Unsurprisingly, this also means he has ruled out potentially signing Colin Kaepernick. So I guess he was thinking about signing Colin. Yeah, dude, Jerry Johnson. Your best bet to win is to sign that man, because right now your team suck. I'm not interested in him as a quarterback with the Cowboys, the owners added, per John Machota of the Dallas Morning News. All right, so that's the end of that article. Bottom line, before I close this session, Jerry Jones, with all that money and with all that so-called power, you are a weak coward. You are a weak coward. You're going to try to hold your gonads and try to take a stance against your players and tell them if you buck up and if you do not. Now, this has nothing to do with the team. They're not violating. They're not doing things wrong to the team. I could put up a list of football players who have done some bad things and got off. But you're going to get mad because players are deciding to protest before the game starts. They're still playing, but before the game starts. Keep messing around and muddying the waters trying to show your bossism on the field. And you're going to find that these players will let you know who runs the show. You got to understand, you remember, NFL has a union. I hope you remember that. I don't care how much money they're getting paid. They still have a right to protest. And if they see injustice going on under the flag of freedom and under the so-called Song of Freedom, which is not a Song of Freedom, it's a Song of Tyranny, go to the last first. It's funny how they never taught the kids the whole entire song and the purpose of the song and the reason why Francis Scott Key wrote that song. But the kids around me gonna know that, and they gonna know the truth. The bottom line is African Americans did not want to be a slave to this country who claimed to be treating people fair and equal, land of the free, home of the brave, but yet they want to have slaves to bust their behind to build them prosperity. And those people say, no, if we can get an opportunity to get freedom by fighting with the French forces, we'll fight with the French forces. So the traitors to America were those who were fighting under the flag of freedom and singing the song of freedom, but yet at the same time oppressing the black slaves. At the same time, said all men are created equal, and they didn't even consider the black man a man. They considered an ape or a piece of property. And would tell them in their face. All men. They didn't want to live in that, so they decided to protest that by fighting against that with the French army. Now, I'm not going to go into the history, but you can go to any place. Go to your History Channel and get some education, or go to YouTube. All right, the bottom line is, Jerry Johnson, same thing is going on today. Under the flag of freedom and the so-called songs of freedom, still in America, people are being oppressed, dominated, suppressed, and brutalized and abused and even killed under the flag of freedom and the song of hope and freedom. The country condition that's going on right now do not match up to the representation, so-called representation of the United States. And the people who are kneeling is trying to make that happen, and you're just getting away. So stop blocking and get on the side of your players, because this thing ain't going to stop. It's only going to get worse. And you're helping it by doing this stupid mess right here. Your team sucked, man. They suck. And you suck as a general manager. And you suck at your choices of coaching. And you suck at your choices of picking people to play for the Dallas Cowboys. And you're doing something wrong. You're not doing nothing right, and that's why you guys never reach to the point where you need to reach. Obviously, something is wrong. Why don't you do something right for a change and be supportive to your players no matter what? Because always remember this. They are the team, not you. I'm Bob TV, Freedom on Fire. Peace. Hey, this is your boy Bob TV with Freedom on Fire and Rob Report. I want to thank you for watching the webcast. Make sure you share these segments all across your social media network. Like and share, subscribe, and maybe invite a couple other people to do the same thing. You make the difference. I also want to thank you for those who support this channel through Patreon, whether it's 50 cents to $50 million. It goes right back into what we do here. So like the lights that you're looking at right now, that's because of something that you did. All of you guys make the difference into this channel growing, and I really want to appreciate you for that. Also, by all means, again, continue to share your comments at the bottom of each video. Just don't get so visceral to the people who may disagree with me or may disagree with you. This calling out name stuff, that's not for this channel. So please try not to call people names, personal names. Now, you can call some of the stuff they talk about crap. I say that. But just don't attack people personally. Words really hurt when you start attacking people personally, because these people really believe these things, and you're not going to take away their belief by calling them names. So please don't do that on this channel. But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. We're shooting for 2,000 now, so I need your help. So as my pastor would say, reach one, teach one. I mean, let's reach out. You got the information. Make sure you share with other people and try to get them to subscribe to the channel so we can grow and expand. I'm Bob TV, Freedom on Fire, Rob Report. Peace.